All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a little unboxing and review on a Keating machine, Tappet cover. This isn't a sponsored video or anything, but I just kind of want to show you guys a piece that I really recommend putting on your trucks. So if you're upgrading your truck or whatever you're doing to it, it's a really good piece to put on. And I kind of told them I was going to do like a little review on it, just see what they think. So we'll go ahead and get into that now. I'll unbox it. We'll show you guys the pieces while my dogs continue to steal trash, quit, and then we will actually install it on our 12-valve engine that's going in the shorty. And maybe by the end of the video today, we will get this motor started in Mason's truck. I don't really know yet, but he is just pretty much mocking some stuff up, just trying to verify. I think I showed you guys that in the last video, but trying to mock that stuff up. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll pop this Tappet cover open, and then we will go ahead and pull the injection pump off that engine. Shouldn't take too long, and then we'll stick it on, and I'll just show you guys how it looks and how it installs and everything. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so like I said, this came from Keating machine. It's not a sponsored video or anything. I just wanted to do kind of a review on it and show you guys this piece. So it came bubble wrapped, I mean, very nicely. We know how UPS is and FedEx, and this thing is it's packaged very nicely. There's no way anything would happen to this. No way it could get scratched. It would take a lot to damage it. So I think that's pretty much the only thing in the box, other than some other packing material. So set that to the side, and I'll try to get this bubble wrap off real quick. Okay, guys, so here we have our, looks like our two baffles, our O-ring, all of our hardware. It looks like some little copper washers. I'm assuming those go on the outside of these. So this is a really nice piece. Looks like it has a already cut O-ring. So I believe on this style, you'll actually kind of lay the O-ring in at the top and then just kind of meet it together. It makes it easier to put it in. We're gonna have to have a talk. Does anyone want a free cat? So let's go ahead and pop it out of the container here without scratching it or cutting ourselves. And see if we can get our fingerprints all over it. Oh yeah, this is sweet. You guys can check this thing out. Look at that. That's nice. Keating machine. And then it's got our two baffles here for oil. So we will actually just go ahead and put these covers on, and then we should be able to dump this on the ground, I believe. That should be enough. I might put a little steel wool maybe in there to kind of help it out. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and we will pull the injection pump off. Well, actually, I'll show you guys another piece I got for this. It's not from Keating, it's from Jegs. So these holes right here are all -12 AN lines. So I got some fittings from Jegs. I've already looked at them as well just to verify they were correct. So I wanted to get all this stuff in, and if they were wrong, I wanted to be able to send them back. But this is some -10 push lock hose. So given we have this little baffle system, oil drippage should be no issue. We should be able to dump these directly onto the ground. That's what I'm hoping for. So if not, I'll get a catch can. So we have our hose here. I got 5 foot of it, and I have some vibrant fittings. So this will actually push lock into the hose like that. Got another vibrant fitting just like that, and then I got these adapter fittings from Jegs. So these, I believe, and I'll double check real quick with you guys just to be sure, should go. And if you guys ever order AN fittings, if you try to like make a whatever it be your own small project and you want to run braided lines on it, Jegs is hands down the easiest website to buy these fittings from. It's an absolute pain, and they're just the easiest person you can get them from because their website is set up and so easy to use. So we will have these fittings coming in there, the O-ring boss fitting, and then we will have a dump tube going onto it like that. We're going to run 2 of these and we'll tie them together real nicely, and I think it should look pretty good on the truck. So that's that. We are going to go ahead and I'll get over there, I'll get cleaned up a little bit. The shop's kind of dirty right now, and we will actually I'll set up a time lapse and we'll pull that injection pump off so that way we can get to where we're going to be working. I may have to do a little touch-up paint real quick because I do want to kind of clean this motor up a little bit, and then we'll stick the Tappet cover on. So catch up with you guys here in a second. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to simulate doing this as if it was in a truck the best that I can, but being on an engine stand, it's also going to help us a lot because we're going to be able to see what we're doing. So to start off with, if you have it in a truck, you're going to have to take your intercooler pipe off. You're going to have to take your intake piece off. It's like some 10mm bolts. On some trucks it might be a little different. And then we're actually going to pull our injection lines off of the truck. So intake, or intercooler pipe, injection lines, intake. There's going to be a bracket normally on these P-pumps, and it has 2 10mm bolts that kind of shoot through a hole down here on the side. Get my light out. And then it will use these 2 bolts. Obviously I had to take that off to put it on the engine stand. And it will just kind of support the back of the P-pump. And then you have 4 14mm bolts that hold the P-pump to the timing case. You're gonna have like your throttle linkage and stuff. You're gonna have to unplug your shutoff solenoid from the truck. And then on the front, there's a pump nut in here. So we'll take that 8mm loose right there. This will actually slide out of the way, our oil fill, and we can get that nut off of the front. Actually on this, we might just pull the front cover off, maybe not because it's pretty filthy. So we'll do that, and then once we get that done, there's a oil feed down in there we'll have to take loose. We might take it loose on the block, and I think that's pretty much it. We should be able to take the P-pump off at that point, and then we can get to where we're going to be working. We'll probably pull the fuel bowl off as well, just to kind of get it out of the way. So you guys can see my return line. I got to switch that out. It got bent taking the motor out. So I'll put you guys on the time lapse, and we will start getting all this stuff pulled apart. Guys, something I want to add in real quick. As you guys just seen, I kind of struggled with this little return line. I didn't actually damage it. I had to bend it a little bit to get it out. But it may be best case scenario for you to just leave it hooked to the injection pump. And then you can just literally, you should be able to just leave it alone. But I'm obviously not going to be using that. I'm going to be doing my own return system. So on a truck scenario, you probably just leave that attached. You can get it out. As you guys could see, I really had to kind of bend it and tweak it, which is fine because I'm not scared to damage it, but in some scenarios you might want to be able to conserve that. So we got the lines pulled off. I just got to pull the 4 15mm bolts and then that pump nut. I can slide the injection pump back, probably pull this bowl off, and then we'll have full access to our Tappet cover. All right guys, real quick, I'm kind of trying to let the camera charge in between while I'm doing some of this stuff. So I do want to show you guys, whenever you go to take your pump gear off of your P-pump, if it is a P-pump truck, obviously if it's a VP44, you're doing all this completely differently, but pretty similar in a sense. So this is basically a harmonic balancer puller. I have 2 bolts I just stole off other parts of the engine, and you'll take this big nut off here, off the P-pump, and not drop bolts into it to the engine. And basically you'll put these in there, thread them in a good ways, and then you'll tighten this tool up, the one I'm holding in my hand, and that will press and pull that gear away from the P-pump. And I've already done that. You can see the gear's just kind of loose in there now. So really at this point, I just have these 4 bolts. I still haven't unhooked the feed line. I just have those 4 bolts, kind of hard to get to, a swivel, and some long extensions will be your best friend. And you can get down in there. They're 15 millimeter, so I'll pop all those off, and then we'll actually slide this pump off of the timing. So I'll show you guys real quick. This is kind of how the bottom bolt there is a pain in the ass to get to. So what I have here, I have a 3/8 ratchet at the back of the engine with like 4 or 5 different extensions with a bunch of wobbles in it, because there's obviously that injection pump is kind of rounded, so you got to get up and over it. And then I take a magnet, and you can line this socket up on that bottom bolt, and then you can see down in there I'm just working at it from the back, and this is very doable in a truck. And we're gonna go ahead and slide it off here, make sure everything's loose, your brackets and everything. Just kind of lift it up and down, shank back on it. Sometimes a screwdriver or a pry bar can be a good helping friend here to try to get this thing away from that case. A bigger pry bar really helps a lot, but I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it off. Here it comes. Slide it off. Oh, we're stuck on something. We're hitting something. Maybe not. It's the Tappet cover, all the foam in there. It's getting stuck on. That's what it is. There it goes. And our P-pump's off. I'll set this over here on the table. And you guys can see the Tappet cover. And we could have just put a new gasket on this, but I think I'll pass on that. That's what the pump was getting stuck on. This was kind of folded back. So, yeah, at this point, guys, I do need to, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And honestly, maybe not. This, I mean, I think that's black paint, isn't it? Is that black paint under that? Maybe I'll just touch it up around the edges. I said I'm not going to go crazy with painting this motor. It's just going to be, everything's just going to be black on it. So I'll get my areas cleaned up, touched up a little bit with paint, so that way I don't get like any overspray on my Tappet cover, and then I'll actually stick it on. So now these are all 10 millimeters. We'll pop all these out of here. Reuse any of those. And that I need to pop off real quick. I believe it's a 15. Close enough. Get it out of the way. It should just come off now. You can see this old gasket. It's literally as hard as a rock. I can't even bend a piece of it. Here it comes. Look at that. It doesn't take long for them to get like that. It's really just a poor design. And I mean, it's fine on stock truck, obviously, but for what I'm doing, definitely want to upgrade this. All right, guys, I got all that cleaned up. I actually just use this like little, it's like a plastic wheel, and just kind of cleaned up the area. And then the spot you're gonna see on the motor, back here in the back, I kind of tried to brake clean some of this grease out of here, but you'll literally never see that. It's a spot you will see. I just kind of hit with some black paint, as I felt that was pretty necessary to try to, that way I'm not going right up against my Tappet cover, which I'm trying to get installed today for you guys in this video. But now I'm gonna let this paint dry a little bit, wipe off my edge on my gasket, where my gasket's gonna seal, and then we'll actually try to stick this thing on here. So just give us a second and we'll stick around here. There you guys have it. We have the Tappet cover itself mounted on the engine. So now we're going to go get our baffle system, and we will go ahead and kind of get those lines cut and ran how they're going to go. At least I'll put it together how it's going to look, but I'll probably take it off because I'm going to do a lot of stuff on the engine. I don't want to get the hoses super dirty for no reason. So I'll go ahead and we'll get those stuck on it, and we'll go on from there. Okay guys, now I'm installing these little baffling covers. You can see there's some small holes there to kind of keep the oil inside the engine, but it still allows it to breathe. So we'll get these stuck on here, and then we'll move on to our fittings. There's a nice O-ring seal on the back to keep it from leaking or anything. So let's get this put on here. Okay guys, I got my dash 12 to dash 10 AN hose adapter fittings installed. So now we're just going to try to figure out how we want to route these. If we want to run them straight down, if we want to run them, just got to figure that out now. So I'm thinking maybe just try to help keep the oil in there, running them both like this to the side, and then kind of having them make a 90 down. I think I should have enough hose to do it that way. Let's see here. Maybe like that. Let's see. This is our dash 10 hose. I'd say there's probably plenty. Wouldn't you?
I think so.
I think so too. As opposed to run them straight down, which I could, but I think that'll be long enough. So I'll go ahead and just probably try to cut this one first. All right guys, we got the Tappet cover all installed and finished up. Well, it's not finished up, obviously we'd have to put it back together. But yeah, we got put on. Looks really good. Love the way the fittings and everything worked. And I don't know if I'm gonna route these sideways, if I'm gonna kind of prop them up a little bit more, how I'm gonna do that, but it looks like they should fit together pretty nicely, and then I'll just dump them on the ground. So our engine will be able to breathe. But anyways, just want to do a quick little review / installation of this piece. At this point, I mean, if it's in your truck, you're probably trying to get it back together. So you're going to put your injection pump back on, time your engine, and pretty much reinstall everything. But that's going to wrap up the end of this video. I just kind of wanted to dedicate this strictly to that. If you guys want to see us continue to build this engine, you obviously have to come back for the next video. I really want to clean this injection pump up, get it cleaned up very nicely. So I don't know. I'm probably just going to put it in the parts washer, probably just hit it with black paint, but just try to get it all completely cleaned up. So hope you guys enjoyed that little video installing that, and hope it helped you out maybe if you're trying to do it on your own. So without further ado, that is going to wrap it up guys, and I'm about to start a new video right now. So